Good afternoon. Pete here from A Bit Twisted. So today I was brought over a small little parlor double drive wheel. See if I can get it going. I've got the basics going right now. Getting ready to try my first spin. This whole thing is off kilter just a bit, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to deal with that. I'm not sure, so I may have to lengthen this bushing out further and then adjust this one over here to fit so it's square to the wheel. May not be square to this because this is kind of off kilter here. It does belong to this wheel, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. But something's a little off kilter. But things are clean, things fit. Bobbin and flyer spin nicely. And right now, it's got little pins here that are holding the spokes that are wanting to come off, I see. So we don't want that to happen. So we're gonna kind of tap those in place. So those may need to be snugged up a bit too. So this wheel is all just put together with wood pegs and pins, wood pins. That's it. There's no metal pieces except the metal shaft on the flyer and some nails in the axle. And that's it. So pretty cool old wheel. We do not know the manufacturer. We do not know the name. Somebody else had been sanding on it. The story goes that they were sanding on it to make it look a little bit more antique. It already is an antique. It's old. There's no doubt about that. New leathers were put down on the treadle. One of the nails came out, but that'll still work for now. We'll fix that. So I put a loop in the back here, a leather loop, and pinned it into place. So I just want to test, see if this thing will actually spin without throwing the belt, without throwing that drive band. And I think it will. So I'm going to get some of my Omni roving here, or comb top, and we're going to spin some. And we're going to spin some thin. I've got my tension pretty light. It's not really heavy. Well, so much for the treadle. It's not holding. treadle nail just came off. So let me go take care of that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so let's try this again. So we're going to have to figure a better way for the treadle. Needs a little bit of repair work. Maybe a better piece of leather as well. And figure out a good way to attach one of the cross pieces here. Might need to replace it, and definitely have to pre-drill holes. I'm going to use screws rather than nails. Don't want to bust stuff, but it's definitely been used because there's a spot on here where a person's heel was at. And so this wheel has definitely been a used wheel here. So we're gonna set this up like so. Oh yeah, let's get some oil on a couple pieces here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil right up in here, just a touch there. And at the moment, I'm not going to touch the axle. So we're just going to leave it as is for the moment. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Okay, so that leather stretch is too much right at the moment. Try and ease up on my butt. Does spin. Takes up the thread just fine. So we're going to probably have to have leather on both top and bottom of the treadle. Keep it from pushing out and going underneath, which is what it just did a second ago. I'm not going to say it's an ideal thing at the moment, but it is working. No doubt about that. I'm going to back off the tension just a touch. It's even better. Can use some backing off a little bit more too. Still kind of wants to pull it out of my hand. So my tension's too high at the moment. For the thin thread that I do. Okay, so that's okay, so that's good. Okay, got that. Captured that. Good. Make a long splice. Still It's working fine. So we're going to change the hook. Hooks aren't the best. See if we can deal with those too. So we'll put a little bit of time into this every day until we get it done, and hopefully we'll have it done here fairly quickly. So it's actually a pretty nice little wheel, kind of fast, so that's good. Probably would be a good wheel for flax. I can try it with flax. So this wheel probably hasn't seen thread on it for quite a long time. And in the hands of somebody that can operate it. And it's still kind of wonky. But we'll see what we can do to remedy that. Okay, that looks good. I'll change the hook again. Okay, let's move the camera. Okay, let's trying to be gentle with the treadle. That's a very delicate thing right at the moment. So this will let me spin pretty thin here. My drive bend is a little tight and I can't loosen it up anymore. I'm down at the base. So All right, so let's change the hook to one more. So we have 1, 2, 3 hook, 4 hooks that are broken. Just missing a few hooks here. Got more broken on the other side. There's only 4 hooks that are good on the other side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. So we'll have to deal with the hooks. We'll come up with a better system for that treadle here. But it goes in the orifice really well. Doesn't snag up, goes nice and smooth. So that fix was good. I did leave the original front leather bushing. No need to change it at the moment. That's part of the originality of this wheel. The least I can have to do, the least I will do. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. So for now, it spins. Doesn't the treadle is an issue. I think we want to get the treadle issue and then the alignment of this wheel. I'm not sure how to go about that. So I may change the original piece here and change this piece over here. Okay, so that's that. Let me try something out here. Well, let's try this here real quick. More tension, let it draw on a little better. There we go, beautiful. Okay, let's put it back to its first hook. Number 1. There we go. Let's get a little further back picture here. So yes, this will be a good wool wheel too. So that's what I'm spinning right now. So it's not like just a flax wheel or anything like that. It's just a small in the corner parlor wheel to actually make stuff. And likely spun enough stuff to make something with a long time ago. Kind of get a shot over here real quick. Change the hook. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to try and get the bad hooks out of this, and the good hooks on the one side that only has 4 hooks, and replace some hooks on the other side. You only really need hooks on one side, and they're lightweight, so it's not going to really throw anything off balance. It's not spinning fast enough to really worry about that. Okay. So, test your yarn. There you go. Pretty decent, I would say. So there you go. So I'm going to see if I can use these 4 over here and replace these 4 over here. That way there'll be a full set at least on one side. And that should work. But preliminary, there you go. It does work. So thanks for sticking with me on this one. Show you this other thing here real quick. So the issue is down here with the leather piece. I actually need a thick piece of leather on the back side. And then this piece needs to be kind of right up here. And a good piece up here on both sides, both front and back. And that'll make a nice that should make a nice leather hinge for this. The rest of it is fine. I think we can get away with that. This piece of leather in here, I was just trying a thing to get this thing lined up a little better, but it knocks it out of alignment in here. I want this centered, and I also want my wheel to be square with this. So this is kind of this way, and I need to, so the flyer's kind of wonky. So the flyer needs to come this way a little bit to be square with the wheel. And I can't turn this because this is all preset. But I can adjust where the bushings are to make the flyer square, even though the mother of all is not. So that's where we are with this little wheel. And again, we will talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.